Hello, good evening, everyone. It's pre-order Monday once again, and here I am to discuss with you the newest pre-orders from Games Workshop. So let's get to it. Okay, so what do we have for you today? First of all, we have the Battletome Stormcast Eternals along with the Battletome cards, the Warscroll cards. Now, this book is actually a bit more expensive than the old books, and it's brought in line with the prices for the codexes, which was kind of weird because the battle tomes were cheaper than the codexes for the last edition. Now they have been brought to the same price. Though I'm happy to report that the Stormcast Eternals book has only gotten thicker since last edition, so it is incredibly thick. So you can actually see it from even the photo. Look at it; it's thick. The Stormcast just keeps adding new units and keeps bloating, similar to how Space Marines do it. So you'll never have a lack of content with the Stormcast Eternals book. And then we also have some new models for the Stormcasts. First up is the Nightjudicator, where is one sec. We have people asking for the link. And anyway, here is the Nightjudicator with his two doggos. The kit does come with the doggos, and it's priced to move at around. Oh, that's the wrong file. All right, there we go. So, the adjudicator is more expensive than 1K, but it's not significantly more, and it's definitely less than 2K. So it's pretty affordable. Um, it's gonna be the same price as the Killboy later, which is the most awesome thing I have seen from AOS in a while. That is not undead. So the Night Judicator comes with his awesome great bow and his two doggo friends, which do come with a model, so it gives it a bit more value considering how Games Workshop usually prices their characters, which is the same price, but now you get two doggos for free. Free doggos are always nice. The Stormstrike Chariot. Now this is a cool model. If this released with the initial release of Age of Sigmar, I probably would have gone Sigmarines instead of going Death. For its price, you're looking at where's this boy? There, it's a bit more than 2K. So it is kind of pricey, but it is a big model with those are two full size Stormcast on that chariot with two of those Griff chargers, I believe. So I actually really like this model. I love the chariot itself. I might actually steal one of those chariots in the future to use with my 30k thousand suns to do something with their concept art. And of course, the Orc War clans are also getting their battle tome this week, as well as their War Scroll cards. Uh, Same price as the codexes for the Orc War clans. Can't give you the actual price, but you can estimate. Now the War Scroll cards, as I mentioned before, for the Stormcast Eternals, these things are gonna be usually limited edition. They're gonna be shifted to web store exclusive after the first wave, and then they will be gone. So if you want them, you should pre-order them, and they should cost you less than 2,000, like a bit more than 1.5 for the Stormcast at least. And I believe it's cheaper for the Aura Quark. Yeah, it's cheaper than the Stormcast. Again, I can't give you exact prices until Saturday, but you can estimate, and there are prices floating around online. So the Orc War Clans has consolidated all the Orc factions into one book. So it's also pretty thick. You won't be getting separate books for the stripper orcs, the armor orcs, the vanilla orcs, and the cunning orcs anymore. So they're all in here. Now this is one of my new favorite models. There have been a lot of comparisons of these new Orcs with the Lord of the Rings orcs in terms of aesthetic. And here is something they ripped straight off The Hobbit, which is an orc riding a troll, which is awesome in any setting that you put it in. So you definitely should get one of these if you're an orc player. He still has the Kragnos shield type belt over here to tie it in with the rest of the army, and he will cost you around, well, more than 2k. So the break a boss on my brute Trogoth will cost you more than 2k, which is fair, I guess. Now the Beast Skewer Kill Bow. This is actually pretty broken, per what Eric showed me with its special rules. It's gonna cost you the same as Mr. Stormcast with bow and his toggos above. So he also has the sidekicks with these grots over here. Grots are always the best part of the model. And this guy has this gigantic heavy bolter. So what does this actually do? When it fires, it's probably going to be one shot, and you roll it deals 2 damage, plus you roll a die for each wound that um, the opposing unit has in its war scroll, and then for every 5 plus, it deals an additional damage. So it's 2 plus whatever you roll. So this is gonna hurt for things like Sons of Behemoth, anything in the God meta right now. It's gonna hurt for Nagash very, very much. It's gonna hurt for Alariel and Ramushi King. It's gonna hurt for Be'lakor, Archeon. It's not going to hurt as much for Morathi since you can really only take out 3 wounds per phase. So even if this like deals enough damage to kill her in one go, it still only strips off 3 wounds. So Morathi no cur. But everything else that's big will be dreading this bow. I see this bow being brought in every single competitive Orok list for the foreseeable future. So you should probably be getting 3. Now, they are also releasing dice, lots of dice. So, with every release for a Battle Tome or Codex, they do release a set of dice. Now, compared to now, GW dice are usually hit or miss. Sometimes they're really nice, like the Sisters of Battle one, the Imperial Knights one. Those are super fancy. The Custodes dice, and the greatest dice they released ever, which were the Idoneth Deepkin dice, which were trans. Sorry, nasa mid lang po, I don't have COVID. So it was actually transparent and clear like water with like blue swirly things on it, and it was really super pretty that even like people who didn't play Warhammer started to buy it out. Now for these ones, these are actually pretty boring. They're standard blue and green dice with the 6 being replaced by the faction symbol. So I generally don't think they're worth it. Um, Unless that's your thing. If you really like this sort of aesthetic, definitely go for it. But I don't think it's of the same quality as some of the better GW dice. We also have the Grand Alliance dice being released for this pre-order wave. So there's one per each Grand Alliance. The Order one has the Sunburst on it. The Chaos one has the 8-pointed Star of Chaos. Of these two, I actually like the Order one better. It fits better with the blue and gold theme, while I'm not too much of a fan of the red they used for the Chaos dice. It feels kind of too loud. It would have been better with a darker red, I think. For the Grand Alliance dice, the Destruction one is the exact same shade as the Orok dice over here. They totally recycled it. And since that wasn't worth it, this isn't worth it either. And the Death one, it's just a skull. Come on, that's so boring, guys. You did that for all the basic dice sets for the old G-Dub dice cubes. Uh, that's pretty boring. I'd probably give it a miss unless you really like the color purple. I'm not really too big a fan, so I'm probably gonna give it a miss on these. These are gonna cost you the same price as the other faction dice, which is around the more expensive than 1,000 peso mark, which makes them, in my opinion, not really worth it. Now, this is something that Kill Team players will be excited for, and AdMech players will be excited for, and furries will be excited for. White Dwarf 468. White Dwarf 468 does contain the Index Astartes for the Wolf Spear, which is the all primary successor chapter of the Space Wolves. So if you're a furry fan, you should definitely get into this, because they will give you like the way they did it in the previous Index Astartes is they gave you crusade rules, they gave you bespoke characters, which while not really being broken, gave a lot of flavor and gave a lot of ideas for making your army. The big thing here is the Adeptus Mechanicus kill teams. So it seems like they are going to be releasing the Adeptus Mechanicus kill teams as a filler thing in White Dwarf, and they're probably gonna have a compilation of all those skill teams in the in a compendium at the end of the year, which is how they did it for the Kill Team Annual back in the day. So that's how I'm seeing this go. So if you are an AdMech player and want to play Kill Team, definitely should get this. If you're only thinking about it, sure, probably get it. But if not, you can probably give this one a miss. And they actually increased the price of the White Dwarf. It used to be less than 500. Now it's over 500. So it's up to you if you still think that's worth it for you. But generally, it's not that big of a price increase. If you're into this hobby, like a 50 pesos or so increase is not gonna break your bank at this point. If it is, I have bad news for you, fam. And as per limited releases, we are also getting a ton of Blood Bowl Dark Elf stuff. So we're getting the cards, the dice, and the pitch. So these are going to be priced exactly the same way they priced all their other Blood Bowl stuff. So you can look those up if you need the price guide for this. It's going to be limited. It's going to shift to web store only after a week or so, and then it's going to be gone forever until it cycles around again. That's the way these things go. They actually only print these out on a specific cycle, or like a random cycle. I don't really know how the cycle goes, but it's not around forever. So if you are one who chases limited stuff, definitely get this. And if you like the aesthetic of the pitch, if you already have a pitch and you're playing Blood Bowl, you don't really need it. It's a nice to have, but get it. Now here is our calendar again for September. So we're done with the first week, and today is our actual anniversary, where we actually had our ribbon cutting. We had our soft opening in August during Mumu week, Mumu month, but our actual grand opening was today on the 6th. So really nice to be sharing this day with you guys. And this Saturday, we won't be having a faction focus on Friday because this Saturday we will be having our Crusades and Path to Glory special, where we discuss to you how we actually start a crusade, or a Path to Glory campaign, or start one for your faction specifically. Now, a lot of factions still won't have their special rules for Crusades and Path to Glory, but that's okay. They'll be releasing in the future, and we'll be giving a generic guide on how to start them for as a generic blah 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 blah. Sorry, words. Thank you, Michael, for watching again, and thanks for the happy anniversary greeting. Um, Next week we're gonna be having our faction focused Lumineth with our special guest Eric, who is going to try to defend uh the his opinion that Lumineth are not totally busted and broken. They totally are, guys. Should not support Lumineth. And Saturday the 18th, we may have some scheduling changes. We'll let you know once we're sure. Then on the 24th, we'll be having our faction focus Adeptus Mechanicus. And on the 25th, we will be having our Big Army Primer, where we discuss the different Big Army games that we carry. They're and we rate them in terms of difficulty to start for someone who has not played any war games before. And we'll, give you a bit of background and help you see if this is actually for you. We will be fielding a lot of questions. So, we'll be answering a lot of questions. So please do ask questions during the Big Army Primer or any of our episodes generally, because we do want to be able to answer what questions you ask and what stuff you want to know. And we're not mind readers, so I'd love it if you told us what you actually want then to see in our streams. You can message us, you can message our Facebook page, tell us what you want to see in future streams. And Jonathan Langsang, who is supposed to be ordering everything on this pre-order for Orcs this week, claims that he has no money. But to you, Mr. Langsang, I say you still have kidneys. So as long as you have kidneys, you have money. So you only need one, and it is better to live with one kidney and Orcs than to live with two kidneys and no Orcs. So that's it for me this week. If you do have Lumineth models, please do send them to us. We will be featuring them in our Lumineth stream for next week. And especially because Eric hasn't painted any Lumineth yet and has nothing to show you guys. So please cover up for Eric's shame by sending us any pictures of Lumineth that you guys painted. We will happily credit you and feature you. And that's it for this week. See you guys this weekend for our special, our great and explosive Crusade and Path to Glory special. So if you're into narrative campaigns at all, definitely not an episode to miss. All right, everyone, that's it, and good night.